Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how do we grow a fig from the cutting. Fig is one of the easiest plant that you can grow from cuttings. So if you see, this is a 1 year old wood, and the diameter of this cutting is almost closer to a pencil width. You can always find healthy wood which does not have any disease, and has a good growth. And anytime whenever you use a pruner for this type of cutting, you can always make it clean, so that way you're not spreading a disease into the new cutting. So make a clean cut, and the cutting should be very smooth in the bottom, so that way you're not exposing too much of uh, wood, and it's not causing any root rot or the cutting rot while rooting. So for each and every cutting, I'm almost making 3 to 4 node. So if you see here, I think I'm just only making it 2 nodes per cutting, wherein one node can be in the inside the soil, and then the 2 nodes can be outside where it can start putting a new growth. And I'm just making almost like a four cuttings here, and just remove all the leaves and the small figs from it, so that way it won't drain all the energy from the cutting. Normally it evaporates the water from the cutting, and I'm just trying to expose a cambium layer here, and this is one of the easiest way it can start the rooting process. If you expose a cambium layer, uh, the cuttings will try to react to that and try to heal that cambium layer, and during the healing process, it'll try new root onto that spot. So I'm using a rooting hormone. You can use a rooting hormone which will make the process a little bit faster. If you don't have rooting hormone, even you can directly put that into a soil. But the rooting hormone will increase the process of the chances of rooting and the process of the rooting also. There are other methods also you can use it, like you can use a cinnamon powder, or you can use a honey or aloe vera as a rooting hormone. So everything will try to induce the rooting hormone, and that way the process will be a little bit faster compared to not using the rooting hormone, and the chances of success also will be more when you use a rooting hormone. So I'm putting all this four cutting into one pot, because after once it's established, I can repart it into a separate smaller containers, um, so that way I don't have to maintain a multiple parts while during this process. So I'm just giving a gentle push, so that way there is a good contact between the soil and the cuttings, and it's more like a stable on that particular spot. So I'm just trying to space out equally. um, so already the soil is moist before even I put the cutting, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of water, so that way we are not going to add water for next 2 to 3 weeks until the cutting is get well established. Until that we are not going to water it. So we are going to put it in a almost like a shade area, mostly in north side of your home. It will be better, which gets indirect sunlight, but it has a little bit of light. And I'm trying to make a greenhouse, a smaller greenhouse effect here, wherein I'm just trying to cover this with a small polythene cover, and that way, right, it maintains the moisture, and there is a lot of chance that cuttings will start putting a rooting. So I'm trying to close that with a polythene cover, and uh, hold it with a rubber band that I added in the bottom, so that way it doesn't fly away. And so you just have to leave this for next 2 to 3 weeks, so that way it can well establish, and it can start putting growth, and the root development will happen. So this is the final output, wherein I just covered it with a polythene cover, and all my four cuttings are staying inside this cover right now, and I'm just going to leave this alone for next 2 weeks. Yeah, this is the result after 2 weeks. I'm just going to open up and show you like what is the final result after 2 weeks. So if you see here, it has like well moisture inside it, and yeah. So if you see here, like all my four cuttings, whatever I just put it like 2 weeks before, it started sprouting out, and looks healthy. All the cuttings that what we put is still in green and it's alive, and hopefully it will have a good root too. Yeah, if you see here, I can even see the root on top of the soil, and hope it has a good root development for all these four cuttings. Maybe I can show you a couple of cuttings like how it's rooted, and then we will repot into a different part, and we can just hold it for some more time before even we put it on the ground. So this is after 4 weeks. I just opened it up and I just kept it for 4 weeks. So it has a lot of good growth, and if you see here, all the leaves has developed well, and I'm trying to give a gentle squeeze so that I can pull this whole plant out and pot it into a separate pot. Fig is one of the easiest one. You can root it, and it does not require a lot of effort. So if you see here, I see a like lot of good growth, root growth here. I'm just trying to split all this plant into a separate plant. Yeah, sometimes it might disturb the root a little bit, but it's not really going to harm the plant, because we are not going to expose this to a direct sunlight. We are, after even planting it, transplanting it, we will be putting it in a partially shaded area, and that way still it has time to recover and really put a lot of good growth. Yeah, I'm just trying to remove a little bit of soil so that way I can show you how the root development is. Yeah, this is one of the good healthy cutting, and always good root makes a good plant, because yeah, see here, I just washed the root a little bit and removed all the soil here. Yeah, see here, like it has a really a good root growth here. Yeah, closer look. Yeah, so the really a good growth on the root, and the plant also really looks healthy. And I will find one more cuttings, and I can show you. Yeah, see here, like a lot of good root development on these cuttings. So after this, you can split and put it in a 4 different containers and leave it alone for some more time until it get well established before even you put it on the ground. So I'm closer to the fall. I'm not going to plant it in the ground immediately. So I will put it in a separate pot and leave it in the winter time, protected. So that way it has like a dormancy time, and then it develops really a good roots and the branching, and before I put it onto the ground. So I already planted into 4 different pots, and it'll stay here for some more time, until for next 2-3 months, before even I put it on the ground. All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video. I will see you in a next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.